You listening to rockslamradio.com. From all studios to the world, we bring you the finest in quality entertainment. So grab a groupie, throw some horns, and settle in for another fine show from rockslamradio.com. Ah.
You have boarded Lester's Tour Bus with your host, Lester Rockwell, live on Rock Slam Radio. So find a seat and settle in, and be prepared for sudden stops. Some settling may occur.
Welcome to Lester's Tour Bus. That is Breathing Theory, and we will have them on the show today. Thank you for listening. I am Lester Rockwell, coming to you from Rock Slam Radio. Had a fantastic weekend. I'm actually coming in today extremely hungover, which is not a normal thing, and also with a busted left foot that I have no idea how that happened. All I know is I woke up in the afternoon and I was not of the most fragrant odor. I had a headache, didn't feel well, left foot was busted, and I was covered with sand spurs. Have no idea how any of those things occurred. So it was a hell of a night. Last night, I went to the Lisa and Shannon Metal Birthday Bash by Wildman Entertainment, and it was absolutely off the hook. It was a great show. The bands were great. The people were great. I had a fantastic time. I got to meet two bands that I had not seen before that I had spoke about last week on the show. One of them was the Space Brain, and they were just amazing. I ended up buying 2 of their CDs on the spot. Just great guys, great guitar player, extremely talented. And they're kind of sort of a mix of the sort of the southern genre type music, sort of that style of playing, but the added with the heavy metal riffing, and it was a very unique and awesome experience, and the crowd response was excellent. The other band I got to hang out with last night, which I was anticipating all week, was the American Party Machine. Now, I was thinking to myself that what person or group of people would name themselves the American Party Machine? I mean, that just seems to me to be to sort of set yourself up to a standard that you may or may not be able to achieve. I can say 100% that they met that standard, and that was part of the problem. It's these young and very handsome and talented young men who were, instead of doing the chugging the beer can or chugging the beer bottle, they were chugging the beer pitcher. And of course, not to be outdone, Lester Rockwell will not be outdone by any rock star. I was doing the same. So about 4 or 5 bottles, 5 or 6 pitchers in, it was a mess. But all right, so it's a little bit of binge drinking. All right, so I'm a bad guy. this weekend, but it was absolutely awesome. But I did get to see Lisa and Shannon, which, by the way, if you missed the show, they're going to be doing every Tuesday night at Brass Mug. They do the metal karaoke. So kind of a sort of a twist on karaoke. If you get a chance to go out there, they're going to have some friends and kind of be reliving this weekend a little bit. On Tuesday, doing karaoke. Also, this week was Nolan Ray, who is the owner operator of the Entertainment Global Media Empire. He had a comedy show that they did out at Kick and Wing, and Kick and Wing in Newport Richie off 52. And I got to attend that as well, and it was also very successful. It was a lot of fun. They had one kid there. I don't remember her name, nor would I probably say it anyway, but a little 7-year-old kid, she won the whole thing. And you might think that she won it because she's a kid, and so everybody's going to vote for the kid because, they're a kid, and it's hard for a child to come out there in front of a bunch of people and tell jokes and that sort of thing. They have to overcome their anxieties and that sort of thing. She not only did that, but I think she won it fair and square. The kid was really, really funny. She was well practiced, and her delivery was excellent. And I don't really know who she is, but she has a bright future in comedy, I believe, if she was to stick with it, because she certainly is starting early. But back to the show last night. Of course, Murderfly was there. I told them if they brought a XXX whatever XL shirt with them, I would buy it, and they did, and I bought it. So now I have my own BMF shirt that I can wear with pride, and I'm wearing it today. Murderfly. It says BMF on the side. I mean, on the back. Anyway, what else was going on this weekend? Burning Fair Verona. They did their, it was the, hold on a second here. It was they did it was a battle of the bands. And last night, I know 2 of the bands that were in it were Falls Upon Us and Burning Fair Verona. And surprise, surprise, Burning Fair Verona won the contest, which is really not a surprise to anybody who's heard the band. So I've pimped Burning Fair Verona several times on this show. And so now you know when I tell you that a band is really, really good, that you have to go out and see them because they go out, they're so good, they win contests. But congratulations to Burning Fair Verona. Now, back to the event that I went to last night. If you have a chance to see the American Party Machine, if you have a chance to see Space Brain, I spoke to both bands. They're both from Orlando. They tend to play together on a lot of shows, a lot of venues. They play together, so I'll give you an opportunity to see them. But last night at the concert, I got to meet. Now I've known Shannon. Shannon actually works up there, so if you want to meet her, she actually works at the Brass Mug. And then I met Lisa. Now I thought I'd seen Lisa before, but I didn't have an opportunity to speak to her till last night. Both of them are very, very beautiful women, just attractive, sensual. It's very beautiful. Anyway, but I was looking at Lisa, and she has these piercings on her back, and this kind of gave me a sort of insight as to the fact that I'm getting older. She had these piercings, and it's basically just these, I don't know what you'd call them, like these triangular hooks on her back, and they're kind of in a V shape. And she was able to take these ribbons, and she tied them together, kind of like I think it's called a bodice.
Yeah, it's a corset piercing.
A corset piercing. Thank you, Adam. See, I'm too old to know this stuff. So she had a corset piercing. Now, the rock side of me, which is still very strong inside of me, thought that was bad as hell. I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. The other side of me, the older fatherly side, wanted to put a Band-Aid on it. hand her, $20 to go out to the movies with her friends, as long as she was home by 11. But regardless, lovely people. They actually came and talked to me, so that was nice. Women of that caliber generally don't speak to me. So anyway, and then I got to get on stage with Murderfly and sing Bad Motherfucker with them, which was really, really awesome. So I had a great time. The band that's on today, Breathing Theory, I had Thomas Curtis. He's from Truthful Acting Studios. He was here a couple weeks ago. One of the actresses, young, beautiful actress that he worked with, I had an opportunity to speak to her last week. Her name is Jessica Bosworth, and she recommended this band, Breathing Theory. Now, I'd heard of Breathing Theory before. Breathing Theory is one of the more commercially successful bands in Florida. So she said that she could get them to talk to me, and sure enough, one of them did get a hold of me, and it really is our honor to have them on today, and they're going to be on at 4 o'clock. I'm going to play a song. I'm going to play their music later on in the show, but I want to be able to go through the songs with them while speaking to them. They're going to be on at 4. So I'm going to play a beautiful chorus song, Florida band, also out of Orlando. This is I've spoke about them a couple times. This is a 9-girl group, and they're actually going on tour. They're gaining in success. They're getting more popular, I guess I should say. And so if you have an opportunity, you can see Beautiful Chorus. The singer of Mechanism, Mecca, is actually one of the 9, and this is their song.
The bottle you put in the teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Be like water, my friend. You shall find a way around or through it when nothing within us stays rigid. We decide the shape we're in. Empty your mind. Be shapeless, formless, like water. It can flow or it can crash. And we design the ways we give. We decide the shape we're in, the ways we give. We decide the shape we're in, the ways we give. Be like water, my friend. You shall find a way around or through it when nothing within us stays rigid. We decide the shape we're in. Be shapeless, formless.
have it on a regular basis.
Testing. And there you go. That is a beautiful chorus. I had to get some things organized, so I appreciate them sort of filling in that time for me with that song. Now, the song, isn't it almost like hypnotic? Just kind of puts you in a trance, kind of puts you in the zone, kind of makes you feel better about everything. That's what I like about it myself. Anyways, we were talking about piercings and getting older. It reminded me of something. I'm not a real fan of strip clubs, and there's nothing wrong with them. It's like anything else, you know. If this is something that you're doing, you know, beauty is fleeting. You have to go with your gifts, and and so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that there's a certain benefit to both the people that are doing it and sometimes the people that come there. You know, the guys that are married to that are either lonely or too homely to, you know, find the kind of girls they'd like to date, or they have shrews at home or that sort of thing. And you go there and it makes you feel better about yourself. You work a little harder, you dress a little nicer, you go home and bathe. You know, there's things that you should do. And when you get around females, I've actually noticed that in the workplace too. If you're working with a bunch of guys, generally, and I work in a professional environment, people are generally self-motivated. But if you throw in one pretty girl into any group of guys in any situation, some of the behaviors that are unbecoming of men, because all men are pigs, sort of goes away. So I think there's certainly a benefit to having lots and lots of beautiful women in the world. But the problem is when I get taken into one of these places, I find myself more often than not paying $60 to have an incredibly beautiful, fully stripped down girl sitting next to me and sitting around and asking her what she's doing with her life. Is she happy? Is she going to school? And I get to do that for about 3.5 minutes till her time runs out. But I realize that I'm really not into the flow, the vibe, whatever it is I'm supposed to be feeling, expressing my perversion and all that stuff, because you get older. And not all guys, I'm in my early 40s, not all guys in their early 40s feel the same way. And why I'm on the age thing, because last night when I was in the middle of the pit slam dancing, and I hurt my left foot, I remember that happened once before where I was at a private party, and in 1989, 23 years ago, and I had to go to the hospital for breaking my foot. And it's amazing to me that, I'm hanging out with these guys, and some of these people weren't even born then in 1989, or they were born around that time. So, sort of connecting the dots. Anyways, and then, I remember back then, like if somebody had their tongue pierced, that was like a big deal. It's like, holy crap, that guy's pierced his tongue. And of course, somebody has their tongue pierced. Somebody does the gauges now. And, it's pretty cool. It's all about free expression and everything. What I don't understand, though, is every once in a while, we'll go into one of these adult stores, novelty stores. And I understand most of it. I even understand the paddle, the leather paddle that has the word, bitch on it or whatever. And you smack them and leave a welt and leave the word actually on the person's flesh. Okay. I get that. What I don't get, speaking of gauging, it's these anal gauges. And it's like these miniature black traffic cones. Now, if you're into that sort of thing, I kind of get it. The one that, starts off and it tapers down. Of course, it gets bigger and bigger as you get down toward the bottom. No pun intended. And so I understand the ones that get about maybe 1.5 inches at the bottom. I could see it, the ones get around 2 inches at the bottom. But there are actually ones there, they keep increasing in size until you get to these black butthole traffic cones that get down to the bottom, and they're like 5 inches at the bottom. Now, who are using these? Why would you need to to gauge your anus to 5 or 6 inches in diameter. I mean, I've been around. I've seen quite a bit of porn, spent a lot of time in the showers and that sort of thing. I've never seen a penis with the girth of a cantaloupe. So, anyways, with that said, we're going to have breathing theory coming on to the show today. I'm extremely excited about that. This is a national touring act. They're actually, like a lot of the other, or a few of the other bands I've had in here, they're originally from Brevard. I believe they're based out of Orlando now. But we are going to be talking to the guitarist, and his name is Weston Waters. If you listen to their music, a very talented young man, and he said that he's going to be bringing some more people on. They have not called in yet, so we're just waiting for that. They're in the engineering room. They're having a party right now, and it looks like somebody brought their kids. So I have to be careful what I say. I kind of feel bad for everything I just said a few moments ago. I actually have pictures of the event last night, and there is a way to share them with you. I have to go through a couple technical steps to do that. But we appreciate you listening to the show. This show is the fastest growing show on the Under the Rock Slam Radio banner, and I can tell as I go out to the scene that more and more people are recognizing who I am. I had my very first celebrity moment this week, in which I was at a convenience store, and somebody I had no idea who they were came up to me and knew who I was. So now he was asking for 50 cents change, and he had no teeth. And it was clear that he hadn't bathed in a few days, but I'm going to take fans where I can get them. So. And let's see. And of course, Murderfly played last night, and I got to hang out with their guitarist, John. Oh, and the drummer, this bar, Brass Mug. There's just something about it. So far, I've met and hung out with the drummer from Marilyn Manson, the Tardy Brothers from Obituary. Last night, a member of Deicide comes in, and it's just these, these people who have toured the entire world. You'd have to pay, whatever, $150 for a backstage VIP pass, or $200, whatever, to go out there and shake their hand and take a picture with them. And they just walk in there and hang out, and there they are. So if you get a chance, if you're into metal, I mean, Tampa's certainly the town to be in. And you'll, they're just around. It's not just that, I run into, since I've been here, Tony Dungy, run into Coach John Gruden a few times. It's just Tampa. This is a happening place. So, if you're a band and you're looking for a venue to play in, there's freaking tons of them over here. And there's some really good ones. So, and certainly Brass Mug's one of them. All right. You'll let me know when someone calls. I appreciate that, Adam. I am going to go on ahead, while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go on ahead and play another Florida song. This is a song, for some reason, this week has been very much a Murderfly week for me, and this is one of my favorites. They played it live last night, and I had to sing it with them. This is Reflect by Murderfly.
Be
It's a lot.
You're hot.
Thank you. Welcome back to Lester's Tour Bus. This is Lester Rockwell. Sitting next to me is Marcus Eddy. He is one of the advertisers here on with the Entertainment Global Media. He does Path to Water. That's the name of his company, is Path to Water. Of course, we had probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago, we had the drummer from Dred Zeppelin, Paul Maselli, who is also a huge advocate of the benefits to a person's health as it relates to the type of water that they drink. And we're going to have an opportunity to speak to him. We're still waiting on Breathing Theory to call in so we can go over their music. I was asking Marcus here about his taste in music as far as rock music, and he said he's a gigantic fan, but just of the much older stuff and blues and that sort of thing. And of course, you know, blues and rock are very intrinsically connected, even though they don't necessarily sound so much like one another if you went from one bar to the next and listen to bands that played rock and bands that played blues. But musicians know that the rock is very dependent upon blues riffing, and it's just sort of a different way of playing the blues. Excellent. Go ahead and put them through, Adam. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, you are on the air. Is this Wes?
Yeah, this is Wes. How you doing, man?
I am doing excellent. Better than I deserve. I heard somebody else say that at some time, so I had to borrow it. This is Weston Waters. He's the guitarist for Breathing Theory, and we're going to have a chance to speak to him today. Is anybody else going to be coming on, Wes?
Yeah, I have TJ and Seth, our other guitarist and bass player, with me.
Okay,
Cool.
Excellent. Now, all right, and you can, if they have phones, we can actually patch 2 or 3 lines in simultaneously, or you can all talk on the same phone, however you want to do it. But if you have them call in, we can connect you, and that way you can be more comfortable. I don't know how good you know these guys or how close you want all your faces to one phone. So, but I mean,
we'll do it off of one phone, man. We're all right here.
You got it. Okay. Well, I am very excited to have you guys on today. You are, like I said earlier in the show, certainly one of the more commercially successful bands in Florida, and your reputation precedes you. Most of the people that I know that are involved in rock have at least heard of the band Breathing Theory, and some of them are very devout fans. And when I spoke to one of your bigger fans who said that they knew a member in the band and was able to connect me with them, then that's when I had to make my play to try to get you on the show. But we really appreciate you coming on today.
No problem, man. I appreciate you having us.
Okay, well, the rest of this show is basically yours. Then I want you guys to sort of let the people know what it is we need to know about Breathing Theory, and I want to go through the songs from your new EP. I've had a chance to listen to it, and it really is very, very good.
Good. I'm glad you like it, man.
Yep. First things first. Where did the name Breathing Theory come from?
It was something we came up with about a year and a half ago. Our vocalist Corey kind of came to us with it one day. It's kind of a complex meaning, honestly. You have to ask him more about it. It was his idea, but we used to go under a different name for a couple of years, and like I said, he kind of came to us last year and with the idea, and it basically just had a good ring to it, and it kind of stuck, and we've rolled with it so far. I guess if I could sum it up for you, the name, it's basically saying, as mankind, we're almost killing ourselves, and as far as breathing theory goes, it's basically just a theory that we could live and breathe in the same world, just as one, kind of, not killing each other kind of thing. It's kind of a complex meaning, but like I said, our vocalist Corey was the one who came to us with the idea. It's just stuck for the last year or so. It's
I get it.
It just,
Kind of the
yeah,
John Lennon, we're sharing the resources, we're sharing the air. Let's all get along. We're not so much different from one another, that sort of thing.
yeah, basically, yeah. To sum it up, it's just yeah, you nail on the head right there.
There you go. It's a beautiful thing. Now let me ask you, how'd you guys first get together?
Oh man, that's a long story. uh, we've known each other for years, man. Me, our guitarist TJ, and vocalist Corey, we actually went to grade school together. So we've known each other for about a good 13, 14 years. Oh man, yeah, it's kind of a long story. We've all been playing music together for about, I don't know, a good 7, 8 years now. Either in different projects or this project, one way or another, we've been playing together. Man, this.
So you sort of came out of it organically. The reason I ask is, and this happens from time to time. People who go to grade school together become bands. Rush was that way, but generally, each one of you is so individually excellent as a musician that for a band to grow organically like that, I feel is unusual. Because usually, a band when they get together, it's this really good guitarist who gets with this really good drummer who may or may not know each other, who gets with this really good bassist, and then they find this really great vocalist. But for you guys to have been friends and then individually be able to become excellent musicians and then be able to play together, I think has a twofold type thing. I mean, you already know these people, you've grown up with them. So, being in a band is difficult. You're in close quarters all the time. You're around each other all the time. And a lot of people equate it with a marriage. And then number two, I think that just by being together and understanding each other the way that you do actually changes the music a little bit because you're all sort of in the same DNA. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah. No, we've all known each other for quite a while, man, and we've been on the road together. We've lived together. It's basically just become one big family unit. To sum it up, we always kind of look at ourselves as we're not necessarily the best musicians out there, but as a unit, we play well together, and it's working so far. A lot of people could say they enjoy playing with their friends, so to speak, but like I said, it's become a family unit, and we've been doing it for a few years now, and I'd say it's working for us so far.
So would you say you're happy on and off the road then?
Oh, yeah.
You guys get along well? There's no going after one another? There's no unchecked egos, anything else like that? You guys have a good time?
No, I mean, we have our ups and downs like every other band, man, but I can say honestly, the group of guys we have here, we all get along for the most part. Nobody's carrying a big ego. We keep each other grounded for the most part when we're on the road.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you can do that. And if you go to Breathing Theory's site on Facebook, they have their own website, and then they have a Facebook page. But the Facebook page will link you to everything you want to know about Breathing Theory. But if you get a chance to look at them, they're just really young guys. And for young guys to sort of already have it all figured out, as far as getting along and being able to play together. What I want to do, Wes, before we go any further, is to sort of introduce the band to anybody who hasn't heard you play before. I'm going to go ahead and play the song Parasite now, and then can we continue this conversation on the other end?
Yeah, sure, man.
Okay, here you go. This is Breathing Theory, Parasite. Holy crap! That is really good, guys. You still there?
Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, I mean, what's it like to just sit in a studio together and turn some things on and just be able to make that kind of sound, together, make that sound coming out of the room. I mean, it's just amazing.
Well, the last time we were in the studio, man, we were recording this EP. It was a really good vibe. We were working with a guy named Joey Danger, and he kind of took us under his wing, and he did an awesome job producing it, man. And just the last recording session went really well, and it was just a good energy, I mean.
The musicianship, the writing, the production, the vocals. I mean, it's 100% professional. I mean, and what you guys now? Was Corey one of the ones that you grew up with, or did you have to sort of find him? Because he's very good.
No. Like Corey was, I guess, one of the guys that TJ and myself went to school with, and he was actually the first one to kind of come up with the whole band idea, and it's grown and progressed, over the years. But no, Corey kind of came to me one day with the idea of the band, and through on the years, we kind of met each other, and it's progressed into what it is now. And that was actually the opposite of how a lot of bands get started.
Yeah, I think that's true. Now, Corey, was he always a singer? I mean, does he just sit there and practice till he could take it to that level? And were you surprised to see him get that good over time?
For Corey, it kind of just comes natural to him as far as writing lyrics and, some of the song ideas. He's just, I don't know what it is, man. Like I said, we'll come up with a riff or a song idea, and, he can put lyrics to it like it's nothing. He's got a knack for it.
Gotcha. What would you say? And I usually ask the bands this. What would you say are some of your influences?
They're all over the place. Yeah, as far as band wise, man, it's anything from like late '90s, early 2000s, metal scene to technical progressive metal. Like our bass player Seth, he's really into like bands like Between the Buried and Me and that kind of sound.
Between the Buried and Me, yeah.
Yeah, a little Rat Pack in there.
Yeah.
Myself, Corey, even PJ a little bit. We come up from like the whole, you could say Seven Dust, even the Corn, that cool kind of sound era.
Yeah.
Lamb of God, anything, any of those bands, man. I mean, even out of genre stuff sometimes. It's really all over the place, honestly.
I think Seven Dust is coming to Tampa soon, actually.
Yeah. So,
I saw them. Are you guys going to go?
I'd like to catch them over here in Orlando, but I don't know. We'll see what's going up.
Do you still go to a lot of shows now?
We try to. When we're not busy, man, we try to catch some of the bands out on the road. It's here lately we haven't been able to make some. Like we've just gone the road recently ourselves, so we haven't been able to make too many shows locally. But no, we try to go out when we can.
Now you guys grew up in Brevard County, right?
Actually, no, that's kind of a weird story too. Seth, our bassist, is actually the only true Floridian, and even he grew up around North Florida area. But no, Corey, TJ, and myself actually are from North Carolina. We grew up in a little small town in eastern North Carolina. Yeah, and our drummer is from Ohio.
So how did y'all get together in Florida?
About 3 or 4 years ago, Corey and myself kind of packed up and moved the band down here. And Seth was already here in Florida, and we kind of migrated our way down here to Brevard County, and we've been here for about a good 3 or 4 years now, man. And TJ moved down and met up with us, and over the past 3 or 4 years, we've just kind of migrated the band down here, and that's when it really took off and progressed a little bit.
Gotcha. Well, and there's certainly something in the water. We've also discussed this on the show. I don't know what it is on the other coast. I'm over here on the West Coast, but over there in Brevard County, there's nothing going on. You know, the space industry's down. They're one of the worst of 67 Florida counties as far as employment. Housing's
Yeah.
down, everything else. But the metal scene, not just metal, just musicians in general. And I don't know what it is about that place, but some of the many very good bands over the years. I mean, Fleshy Headed Mutants came from Melbourne. Genittortures is a nationally touring act right now. Last time I saw them, they were playing with Danzig. They're out of Melbourne. They say they're out of Orlando, but they're actually out of Melbourne. And then, of course, Who Was I? Murderfly, Breathing Theory, and there's actually quite a few more bands out there that's from that area. What do you attribute that to? What is the deal with the metal scene in Brevard?
There's just a lot of talented people out here, honestly, man. I mean, it's, you've got a lot of kids up and coming or just real passionate about music, and I don't know, it's a good energy out here. We kind of wanted that ourselves when we first came down here. We saw a lot of different bands, getting together, and I don't know, man. This really, this really is all there to do out here. It's either play music or, do something you're not supposed to do, and luckily a lot of people are turning towards music, but I don't know, it's a lot of good energy out here.
Well, fantastic. I'm going to go on ahead. I want to go through each of your songs and kind of talk between them, but I don't want to get too much gap between the songs. So if I interrupt you, I apologize. I want to go ahead and play the song Broken Wings. We're just going to go through the EP, if that's okay, and I'll talk to you on the other end, okay?
Yeah, awesome, mate.
All right, this is Breathing Theory, Broken Wings.
This will become you! I cannot replace all the things you
Wow. Guys, that is amazing. I honestly feel like having you on my radio show, like I'm in bed with a girl that's way out of my league right now. So, yeah. Now let me tell you, this is a true story. My phone, you know, if you want to know if it's worth a phone call, calling into my show, I have at least 10, 15 people sending me text messages right now, and they're just cannot. They're every last one of them. I just got one from my best friend Chris. He said, "Holy crap, they are really good." So there you go. You're going to get some new fans out of this for sure.
That's awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you having you on. Now you guys just when did you finish this EP?
About a year ago. Yeah, it's been about a good year now.
And have you already done the tour for it?
Yeah, we went out. We did a small Florida tour around this time last year. Trying to promote it in. Yeah, about right at the beginning of the year, we went out and started touring nationally, and I've basically been doing that ever since. So yeah, we've done 2 or 3 tours on this EP so far.
So are you in the middle of a touring right now, or are you guys done for a while?
No. We're on a little break right now until probably the beginning of the year. We just got back a few years ago from touring with a band called Dead Superstar.
A few years ago?
I mean, that's
Yeah, you know, way back then. Yeah.
But no, we're on a break for maybe another couple of weeks or so. We're going to go back out beginning of the year.
Okay, and you're going to do you guys do any, while you're waiting to go on a major tour, do you guys do any Florida shows? Because I'd definitely like to come out and see you. Like, do you have a Florida show coming up?
As of right now, we don't have anything booked, but yeah, we're shooting for mid-December. We're actually in a transitional period with our drummer right now, and we're bringing in a new drummer next month. So we'll have maybe at least 1 or 2 shows booked around here, mostly even maybe around Tampa area before we go back out.
Yeah, that would definitely be cool. You know, around here, there's just a lot of appreciation for this genre of music. I did have an opportunity to speak to you yesterday. I saw Murderfly last night. I know you are friends with that band, right?
Yeah, Murderfly, man. They're a great bunch of guys. We've done a few shows with them in the past and stuff.
Yep, I asked them about you last night, and they said exactly the same thing. So it's good. There's a lot of mutual respect and appreciation between you guys.
Yeah, they're definitely probably one of the most hardest working bands around here, man.
Absolutely. So as of right now, do you have any idea, or do you have like I guess what would you call it? Not necessarily a casting call, but what would you call it when you're looking for a drummer? Do you have somebody in mind, or are you just sort of doing the audition thing, bringing 10, 20 guys in and picking the best?
We've done that in the past. But the guy we have now, we actually met him a few months ago. And he actually came on as a drum tech for a little while, and you know, he's a young kid, but he's eager to do it. You know, he's real passionate about what he does. Yeah, he took the time to learn our songs on his own, man. He's a really talented drummer. He's just eager to get out there and do it. So we're going to give him a shot at it, and like I said, he's up and coming, and he's just real passionate about what he does.
Well, I don't know. Do you remember, you know, it's funny you say he's a drum tech. It makes me think of Metallica. Do you remember when James Hetfield, they had the pyrotechnics that came out of the stage, and he was standing in the wrong place and he got lit on fire? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he burned his hand, and so they couldn't continue the tour. So he's hanging out with the drum tech who's sitting around playing his songs just for the hell of it. And he's like, "How many of our songs do you know?" He goes, "I know all of them." He's like, "Okay." So they actually put him. So if you look on, you know, Wikipedia or whatever, he's now one of Metallica's guitarists. The tech came out, played the guitar, and James Hetfield sang. So, and then James said something about, you know, if you're a tech, you know, it pays to know, you know, to continue, you know, playing your instrument. And I guess in this case, it's true for you as well, right?
That's usually how it goes. What's funny about him is he actually can play guitar as well, and he was kind of a fan first, We actually met him at a show we did in Ohio a few months ago, and like I said, he was an instant fan, and he took the time to learn the songs. And throughout the course of a few months, we had an opening, and like I said, he took the time to do it, and he's what we're looking for. He's a real talented guy. He's young. He's eager to get out on the road. I mean, he has our stuff, beat for beat. So we're happy to have him on board.
So he can handle the job then, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen, he can handle everything that's thrown at him so far. So we're gonna bring him out on the road and kind of break him in a little bit, and he's shown us nothing but good so far.
So he's a little wet behind the ears. You got to get over the homesickness and the kind of being away. It's funny when you're away long enough though. But that bed at home looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does, yeah.
Yeah. Even though you're having a good time and everything, sometimes it's just nice to come home. Here's fireflies. Now, being in Florida, there's fireflies everywhere. I'm sure that has nothing to do with the name of this song, but just the fact that you're in Florida and we've got to be the firefly capital of the world, I've got to ask you, what's the inspiration behind this one?
Believe it or not, Fireflies is probably the oldest track that we play. That was a song that Corey and I kind of sat down and wrote a few years ago in a different project, actually. The best way to sum it up is the whole inspiration behind that song is Fireflies is a metaphor for basically just chasing the wrong things in the world, getting wrapped up in the wrong things and, kind of consuming you and, just kind of breaking away from, what drags you down, basically. And it's like I said, it's actually a song that's been floating around for a few years now, and it's really become one of the more popular songs over the years, and we've, it's just always stuck around. It's a single now, and it's just always, it's always stuck with us.
You got it. Okay, this is Breathing Theory, Fireflies.
Won't deny
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Wow. I mean, do you just listen to yourself do you listen to your own songs just like, good Lord, like, can you still just appreciate just how amazing that sounds?
No, dude, it's still pretty cool to hear the songs on the radio, man.
Yeah, well, and that's probably one of your most commercially successful songs right there, right?
Yeah, Fireflies was a single we put out. I guess it's been out almost a good year now. But no, it's cool to hear some of the other tracks that that never actually been played on the radio yet.
Now that song I've heard 100 times now. Is it in rotation in radio stations all over the country now?
Yeah. In certain spots, yeah, it's we've got a lot of radio play in like parts like Illinois, Colorado, I think up north. Um, Matter of fact, yeah, I think you can even find it on Music Choice, and it's been in rotation for, like I said, almost a good year now.
Yeah, and I was going to say that I was listening to your music earlier today, and I recognized that song before I'd ever actually listened to it, and so I knew for a fact it was on the radio. It seems like it's on the radio quite a bit too. What's that like when you're driving down the road and just arbitrarily you just hear yourself listening, your one of your songs is playing on the radio, do you like turn to the guy next to you and you go, yeah, that's me,
It's definitely a rewarding feeling, man. It kind of brings you back to reality and just makes you really appreciate what we do. We used to sit around when we were younger and talk about stuff like this, and actually see it unfold. It's a pretty amazing feeling, honestly. I mean, it just makes me appreciate what we do.
Yeah, and you certainly deserve all the success that you have. Of course, there's a lot of there's a lot of bands out there that are just trying to get to where you are right now. Now, if you sitting down next to them, what would you say as far as you know persistence or whatever regarding getting yourself to the level where you start seeing a little bit of success, getting some people out there, that are listening to your stuff?
Um, a lot of what we tell people is it's really just about staying true to your music, honestly. Um, write what you like to write, put time and energy into it. It's a lot of hard work, man. I mean, it's a lot of kids coming up thinking, it's a lot of fun and games. Yeah, we're gonna go out on the road and party, and we're gonna write like our favorite bands, and that was kind of our thoughts when we first got together. But it's really a lot of hard work, man. I mean, it's the one thing we try to do is just stay true to what we write. Don't conform to what's popular and what's going on nowadays. It's it's just about getting a good group of guys together who all believe in what you do, and
Sure.
just writing something real, man. And staying, if you can't write something you don't believe in, you're kind of wasting your time, honestly. And it's just about sticking to that.
Absolutely.
And you know,
And I couldn't agree with you more. Something you said earlier. I think, and this is true with any art form. If you see anybody, a magician, whatever, somebody who is truly excellent at what they do, what you don't see is the thousands of hours. I mean, you get so many hours to be alive on this planet, and to be a musician or to be a great artist or whatever, you have to trade thousands, literally thousands, if not tens of thousands of hours of your life toward something that you don't know if you have to do it because you love it, because you don't know if you're going to get any sort of return on your time. And that's not including the cost of equipment, the cost of moving, the time that you spend moving heavy equipment. I mean, and you probably have people who move stuff for you now, but I mean, for years, you're having to go from place to place. You have this expensive stuff. You don't know if it's going to get damaged, if it's going to get ripped off. It's heavy as hell. And you're having to move it and set up this show to play for an hour.
yeah.
And so there's just so much time and energy to get somebody to that level. And I just, I think people need to appreciate, when and this is something that kind of annoys me. It's like, I'm not really into country music, so some of it I like. I'm not down in country, but you show up at a show and there's a guy. He's a really great guitarist, but he's not stylistically playing what you like. Oh, that guy fucking sucks. That whole band sucks. Blah blah blah. I think that's so unfair because you don't know what that person has done to get themselves to that level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
So there should be some appreciation for any kind of person that becomes excellent at what they do, whether stylistically you agree with it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of our thoughts on it, man. It's like I said, it's really a lot of hard work when you really come down to it. It's just writing something you believe in, because you never know how many times you're gonna have to play these songs. We've played some of these songs 100 times now, and it's just staying true to what you believe in, and you really have to love what you do. It's like you said, man. You really have to have a passion for it. We get out on the road. It's not always fun at times and freaking party every night. It's a lot of hard work, lack of sleep. It's a lot of sacrifice, man. You just have to really believe in what you do. But the rewarding side of it is, when we see fans come up to us and say, look, you guys inspire us. We really love your stuff. That's really what keeps us going.
Well, plus you guys get all the chicks. Sorry.
I'm just saying the reaction we see from people either at a show or through social networking, that's really what keeps you going and really makes you appreciate what you do.
But you get all the chicks too. Don't lie about it. That's got to be part of it. Come on now. Everywhere you go, the prettiest, most untouchable girls in the bar, who do they want to talk to? They want to talk to you guys. Yeah.
That happens.
Okay, well, at least you're not going to deny it. I appreciate that. All right, brother. We're going to just keep moving along. This is song Close Your Eyes. What should your fans know about the song Close Your Eyes?
Close Your Eyes is kind of, it's more battle-y type of song, It's an idea I came up with, and me and Corey and Seth worked on it probably 3-4 years ago. It's really become more, other than Fireflies, one of the more popular songs as well that we're starting to see. And it's just it really has a kind of a special meaning to all of us as far as I don't know. It's more of an emotional type of song, really.
Okay.
It's something that Corey wrote, and it's more of a personal song. I guess I can't really get into it too much now. It's just more of a personal song for him. Something he should
probably talk about if he were on the phone, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's more of a kind of a perseverance kind of song.
Gotcha.
As far, if you get what I'm saying, it's and it kind of really hit all of us when we started writing it. Something we could all relate to, and over the years, it's really grabbed a hold of a lot of people out there. We're starting to see, and it's really become one of the more popular songs. But
gotcha. Well, let's listen to it, and then let's talk about it on the other side. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Wes.
Sure
Oh, yeah. All right, Wes, I get it. Now, did you do the lead work on that song? Was that you?
Yeah.
That was you playing that?
Guitar, yeah.
Yeah, what a beautiful and benevolent mind you have. Honest to God, to put that together.
I appreciate it.
I mean, well, that's what takes you. That's what really sets you guys apart is just the way you layer your songs. Just to be able to think in that dynamic. It's not just about finding the riff or the kind of hooky thing. It's the entire. You guys write an entire song. The drums, the bass, the two guitars, the lead work, the vocals, all of it is meshing together to create this song. And it's all, I mean, from the second that each track starts to the finish, it's 100% thought out. And it really comes across that way. And that, to me, is a different level of being able to write music. 100% professional. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm glad you like it, man. That's just how we like to write. I don't know. We try to steer away from something sounding dull. You don't want to have a good song that's, the verses are good, the choruses are good, but the bridge just doesn't really do it for me, kind of thing. And Close Your Eyes was just, it's honestly one of my favorites. Something I'm proud to have come up with as far as guitar parts. But like I said, we just try not to settle for less. If we can help it, we want to have a good song, start to finish.
And I get it. And you like you just said, you have a bridge. Oh, well, we'll just get through that bridge and it'll be for this part will work. And then we'll get back to no, you're going to go back and look at that one part and make sure it's right. And even though the songs are compartmentalized into 3 or 4 different parts, all of them tend to flow together too. You guys do a really great job, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's, like I said before, there's a lot of influences that come in the mix. But as far as what comes out, it's more about something. It's something that's easily digestible. I hate to even say that, but there's a lot of different genres out there that we like. But at the end of the day, man, a lot of people just want something they can sing to, something that has some meaning behind it, and that's kind of what we try to stick to. We can all relate to, what we write, whether it's something we've dealt with in the past or present. It's something we believe in, man. It's just the way we like to write.
Yep, and like you said, something you could sing to, something you can look back at a point. Like you said, something you could sing to, something you could look back at a point in your life when you hear the song and you say, "Hey, this takes me back to this point in my life." That's why a lot of times, like people who listen just to house or digital music, I often wonder, back in the 90s, that was a huge thing. And there was a lot of people in their cars, at their house, at the club, they would listen to house music. And I often wondered if they, now it's 15, 20 years later, if they ever listen to this song, it's like, dun, 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 whatever. And they're like, wow, that really takes me back, It just doesn't seem to work for me.
That's with everybody, but it's like I said, just at the end of the day, man, a lot of people like something you want to sing to and kind of grab a hold of, and that's kind of where we drive from. We're very emotional, I guess, driven band in a way, and that's really where that influence has come out. Something we can kind of go back and listen to and say, that really means something to us.
Gotcha. Now let me ask you a question. What band would you meet that you would actually be starstruck to meet?
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, it's a little late for that, young man.
I don't know if we've really gotten, I guess, starstruck, so to speak. Yeah, I think we've met a lot of cool guys out there, man. I guess, I don't know, TJ, you want to take this one, man? One of your experiences?
Yeah. Actually, I have one distinct moment I can think of where I really got starstruck. I was in Jacksonville, Florida, at Welcome to Rockville, which is a big rock festival. I met tons of bands. I met Five Finger Death Punch, Lacuna Coil, Shinedown, Trivium, tons and tons of bands. The one band that Starstruck made, I met Jonathan Davis from Korn. And growing up, Korn was probably one of my biggest influences.
Yeah.
And I almost, when I first met him, I almost couldn't talk to him. I was so nervous.
Yeah, they were quite a big influence on us as like teenagers and stuff. So
I'm right with you. I would not be. And my daughter actually went to that show. My daughter in Jacksonville, Shinedown's from Jacksonville, and kind of like you guys, sort of blossomed out of that area. But she knew them when they were, still sitting in the warehouse practicing, and nobody really knew who Shinedown was. And of course, now they came out and they're like, just monsters now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gunning for them too. They're a Florida band, so I'm getting every Florida band possible to come on this show. That's kind of the shtick of this show. It's all promoting the Florida music scene. It's the best in the country. Nobody can tell me otherwise. I've been everywhere, including North Carolina. I've hung out in Nashville and Franklin, and my family comes from Greensboro. And we used to drive down from Norfolk back in the day and go to Kill Devil Hills and just cause trouble and all that. So I know North Carolina pretty well, but I know the country pretty well, and I love the Florida music scene. That's what this whole show is about, just trying to get, more people, more bands in here. And some of the more recognizable bands like you guys. And then, like I said, I'm gunning for Shinedown. We'll see how that goes. It'll happen, though, so just keep listening. And when I get him on here, you'll be like, damn, that fucking Lester, he's he pulled that off. That was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So, but
just
yeah.
keep talking to them. Look them around.
Yeah, exactly. And another one would be Lacuna Coil for me. I would probably be pretty mesmerized by them. But Korn, I mean, they're just, that's the pinnacle. That's the top. I mean, you meet Jonathan Davis. I mean, who else is out there? I think Dave Murray from Iron Maiden, Jeff Hanneman from Slayer, but, definitely Jonathan Davis is up there. So. And you didn't, and then you're like, and then when you said you had a problem speaking to him, you're actually like trying to think of what words you're going to say. And then are you going to sound like a dork when you say it, like.
Well, it was kind of like, he was like, hey man. I was like, hey.
Hey.
He just like, I mean, eventually it kind of, came around, we hung out, we had a couple of drinks, and we really got to talk. But to start with, it was just very difficult to get past the fact that I was meeting one of my biggest influences as a musician and just as a fan of music.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Did you see Monkey too?
Yeah. I met Jonathan, Monkey, and Fieldy.
Oh, jeez.
Like I said, great guys. They're really nice. Had a good time with them. But there's something, I don't even know, I can't even explain it now. Even now, there's something about Jonathan Davis that just, like, when he walks out there, he just grabs your attention.
Mm.
Like, not even on stage, just his presence in general, like.
It's the dread.
It's
the dreads.
Something drags you in, and you're captivated by him.
And he's just got that magnetic aura.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Powerful magnetic aura. That comes from his mic stand that was made by H.G. Geiger, which is the same guy that designed Alien in the movie Aliens. He has a studio out in Zurich, Switzerland, but he actually designed that. I think that mic stand is what actually permeates the energy that, Jonathan Davis, it feeds his aura, and then it allows him to go out and attract people to him. It's only a theory, though.
No, I like it.
Well, good. Now, let's see here. I have 26 minutes left, so we have plenty of time here. I'm going to play the song Beg. Now, I was listening to this one. This one is actually a little harder edged, so it's a little more my speed, although I like everything you guys do from beginning to end. What should I know about the song Beg?
Beg is honestly, man, it's one of those songs that we, like I said, some of the harder influences came out. It's really kind of a crowd pleasing song, just balls to the wall, jump up and down kind of song. But influences, it just comes from honestly a real angry standpoint. There's a lot of ups and downs in this business. We've been screwed over just like every other band out there, and just it's really just straight to the point kind of song. Just angry jump up and down kind of song.
Beg, get it? Okay.
And that's the one song that's not, radio friendly. It's let's jump in the mosh and get stupid kind of song.
Well, it's Lester's Tour Bus friendly. This is Breathing Theory Beg.
So you
Yeah, that was awesome. You still there? Hello? I think we're alone. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
I was worried about you. I thought you liked. Yeah, that was freaking rocking, man. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you have videos on MTV or VH1? I have not watched those stations in so long. I don't even know what's out there anymore.
No, unfortunately, we don't yet. We're in the process of trying to work with some people about music videos and stuff, but no, we'll get some out there, man.
Do you have any official music videos like on YouTube or anything?
Right now, no, it's nothing official. Right now, we just have live videos, some stuff some of the fans have taken from different shows, but no, like I said, we're in the process of working with some different production companies and see if we can kind of work that in next year.
Yeah, I definitely need one.
Probably, we'll see if we can do a video for Fireflies. That seems to be the most popular song.
It does, yes. You need to get that video out, and then that way you can give me permission to play it. And because what I want to start doing is instead of normally on this show, if I don't have a band, I just play Florida music pretty much from beginning to end. But I find that I'm not a very attractive person, and nobody wants to sit here and look at me listening to music. It's so much better to just go straight to the band's video and play that, and then everybody can watch it. But I got to get one for you guys. So
No, we'll get one out. It's really about finding the right people to work with, and what's in our budget to do. And the reason, I don't know, we're trying to take a little time on it because I don't know, we want to kind of don't want to rush it as far as just throwing something together and put it out.
no, I understand. I would say if you go as far as Florida bands, a couple of the better videos I've seen is Psycho Tribe Take Control. I don't know who did their video, but you can see how they edited it and if that's something you like. And I'm sure you know your own people. But another video that I liked from a Florida band, Fathom, and I don't remember the song they have a video for, but look at their stuff, and they have, you know, to me, what's the other band? Foreshadow. Do you know Foreshadow?
I want to say I've heard that name, but I'm not real familiar with it.
They're another commercially successful Florida band. They also tour nationally, and they're actually touring internationally in South America this year. They did a South American tour last year. Have you had an opportunity to play outside of the country a lot?
Not yet. We've had a couple of things come up as far as in the works. Not yet. Nothing has come through, but that's something that's, like I said, in the process. Hopefully we can get a European tour. I like to as early as next year if we can work it in, but it's more it's in the works.
Yeah, well, Who Was I, who's also from Melbourne, they toured over in Europe, and they did Double Driver and a couple other bands. My friend Chris is going to be mad because there were a couple bands that he liked. They played over there, and then Foreshadow played in South America, and both of them had similar stories as far as just the appreciation of hard rock music down there. Like, it's very easy to pack a venue down there, And so I keep hearing that over and over again. So it's always kind of piqued my interest to, fly down to Peru or something like that and catch a metal show there just because of this reported energy. Have you heard something similar?
I've heard that for a while too, man. Like, people just eat it up overseas. We're anxious to get out there, honestly. I've always heard, a lot of bands will blow up bigger in Europe before they will here in the States, and like I said, that's something that we're working towards. Hopefully next year, as soon as next year, possibly. But no, we're eager to get out there, man.
Yeah, that'd be great. And you're a fantastic band. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and shut that off now. I'm going to go ahead and play this last song. Is there anything else you'd like to just tell your fans out there? I kind of want to, document, sort of Breathing Theory, who they are. So, you can post this on your page, and anybody that wants to learn about the band and how they feel, how they think, that sort of thing. Is there anything else that we should be talking about right now?
We just, would love to thank all of our fans, all of our family, all of our friends, everyone who has ever supported us and will come to support us. We definitely don't get to the point that we don't appreciate our fans, because without them, we are nothing.
Yeah.
Like I said, we appreciate everyone. We love all our fans. Well, we don't even really consider them fans. We have what we call the Breathing Theory Army, which always continues to grow. Like I said, we're an army of one. We stick together, and we, like I said, we love everybody, and we thank them for all the support they've given us. For all those who don't know us, Facebook, Breathing Theory, Twitter, you have breathingtheory.com. Please, by all means, hit us up on Facebook and Twitter and talk to us, because we're always up there. We always love chatting with people, answering questions, just kicking it, having a good time. And like I said, we just want to thank y'all for all your support and appreciation for what we do.
And I will say these guys are very approachable. They're very very courteous, And, you know, from the very beginning when I first started talking to them, they've been enthusiastic, helpful, and I appreciate that as well. So it's a two-way street. Now, can you guys do me a favor? If you before you do your main tour next year, if you decide to do a couple Florida shows, just kind of send me a message on Facebook, let me know, and then, you know, I'll load up me and my friends, and I'd love to see your show one time. Most of the bands that I have on here I've at least seen one time.
Yeah.
And it just so happens I haven't had an opportunity to be to your show, to be at one of your shows. I'm a huge Judas Priest fan. I haven't seen them either. I've seen 1,000 bands, seen Korn a couple times, but for whatever reason, certain shows I haven't made. I would like to do a Breathing Theory show before we lose you for, you know, a year or whatever. So if anything's happening in Florida, just let me know, okay?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, man. Like I said, we hope to either do a local show here or we'd love to get back over to the Tampa area some more. But, no, absolutely, man. We'll let you know. We'll have it posted up everywhere.
Well, guys, I appreciate you being on today. I'm going to finish this with the song Speak of the Devil, okay? And you guys have a lovely rest of the week and a good Thanksgiving, okay?
All right, you too, man. I appreciate you having me.
All right, bye-bye. This is Breathing Theory, Speak of the Devil. Welcome back to Lester's Tour Bus. This is Lester Rockwell on the Talk Wad Radio Empire. If you had a chance to catch that interview, if you didn't have a chance to catch that interview, just go back and listen to it. This is really an amazing band. They talked about, some of the places that they played, and they got to meet Korn and Jonathan Davis from Korn, and the guy had a hard time sort of coming up with what he wanted to say. And I feel that way with all these bands that I've, spoke to. It's these are people that have just coolness just pouring from their, from their swag glands. I mean, just these amazing people with these, incredible experiences, and they're in the know and they know the people and are making things happen. And being able to do this show for Florida Music, I've got to meet a lot of these people, and I just, I stand in awe of people who have reached this level of ability in anything that they do. But for a group of musicians to come down and be able to produce this type of music, I mean, it really just says something about the kind of people that they are. And I really wish them even, further success, as they certainly deserve it. Again, really good guys, really excellent musicians, and we're going to look forward to seeing Breathing Theory. Now, I have with us today one of our sponsors, Marcus Eddy. He's with the Path to Water group. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
Now, what did you think? What did you think of that band?
Especially speaking with you before we started and learning some background about the band and really listening to the music closely, it really gave me a deeper appreciation of the musicality and the change-ups. And I like that they weren't afraid to just kind of go soft and quiet for just a minute. It just brought it home a lot better for me.
Yeah.
For my taste, my favorite one was Close Your Eyes.
Yeah.
I could really see that going really big in a lot of ways. And I like that style that they have there, and there's a crispness to a lot of that fine acoustic work in that. And, it was great. What a great interview. What a great time listening to you and them talk. That was really cool.
Well, thank you. And that seems to be happening more and more. People around here, this is Talk Wad Radio is pretty big now. I think they have like very close to 50 shows. And those 50 shows cover a variety of topics. And some of them are different genres of music and that sort of thing. And I've been told as recently as today, just people listening to this show have a pretty good fan base of just people at the station itself, people who listen to the show, that they are converted, that, they're starting to just listening to it and listening to the bands, that they're starting to get it, that hard rock music has a certain level of complexity and a certain amount of depth. So,
I like your mission here with playing Florida bands, because there are a tremendous number of great bands and up and coming bands all over, just in our area here. It's just and to support local music, to get people out and listening to our local artists live and support them. It's really what gives our society and our culture depth. So that's really cool.
Agreed. And Florida, I mean, Florida is just a country in and of itself. No matter where you go in Florida, it's just different. And like you said, the culture, just different places that you go to, particularly, across the middle here, the Orlando, Tampa, Brevard County belt, it's just very music centric, and it's just it's a force to behold, I believe.
Hey, if I could, I'd go out every night and listen to music. There's nothing better.
And there's a good fan base here too. It's like even the fans here, they're just, the people that go out to the Cubs and stuff, they're very, very enthusiastic about getting out there and supporting the bands that they like. Yeah.
What I've been noticing about some of the music is the crossover of all the different styles of music that are blending into a whole new range of different, I don't know what you call it, subsections or.
Yeah.
And to me, there's almost a renaissance going on with
some
of the music out there right now.
And it's because people are more and more eclectic. And it's interesting when you speak to, it seemed like 10 years ago, you had all the guys, the Led Zeppelin fans, and all they listened to was everything from 85 and before. And everything after that sucked. And then you had the kids, and they listened to everything from, like 1980 on, and everything before that sucked. But now, like these musicians that are coming out today, if you talk about their influences, a lot of times it's, they like this band from the 70s or this group of bands from the 70s and the 80s, and they're, in all reality, since the 50s and 60s, since sometime in the 50s, it's just been, every decade has had really excellent music, and music that I wouldn't call excellent personally, but every generation has something to offer, and just like you said, it's like they're just taking all of this. They're looking at the best from each decade.
Oh, yeah,
They're sort of fusing it,
When you're talking about that, our generation, we're divorced families and things like that, and my kids moved to Florida. I was in Colorado. I live here now, but one of the ways over the years I connected with my daughter, especially, was music, and she was just visiting. I guess I'm kind of giving away some of my age here, but we're driving in the car, and she's going, "Oh, I think you like this one, Dad," and we've really been enjoying this, and a lot of music was kind of in the style that we were just listening to. I can't remember the name of it. Broken Wings.
Yeah, another good one.
She was, that just kind of reminded me something, and I didn't catch it, unfortunately, but she was enjoying that. So, for me, this is a real pleasure to, when you get a chance, like have me on, and thank you for that very much, but, because to get a chance to talk with an artist and to experience somebody's love or passion, then it can't help but kind of hit you in waves, and I think it expands you. So thank you for the expansion.
Hey, not a problem. And you're right. When you talk to them, when you talk to them and you connect with them that way, it's different than just listening to their song on the radio. It kind of lets you know what they're really about.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you.
Okay, I do want to talk to you about what you do. I wanted to say just a little bit of the promotional stuff. This show is brought to you today by Buddha's Portal. Now, the advertisement for Buddha's Portal was actually paid for by another show called Nerdorama. Now, Nerdorama and Buddha's Portal are both on Nerdcore Radio. They're the only two shows on Nerdcore Radio right now, but if you want to know about video games, movies, and goddamn it, anything Star Wars, those are the shows that you're going to listen to. So, but they're competing, but it's a friendly competition. So Buddha's Portal, just so you know, Nerdorama went out of their way and bought you an advertisement, and now that ad is being discussed on Lester's Tour Bus today. Now, what is it that you do?
I have this phenomenal water machine that changes your tap water into the healthiest water you've ever experienced. It's a medical device out of Japan that hooks up to your sink and dramatically changed my health and so many people that I've had a chance to share it with. It's life-changing. Literally our kind of a motto, and anybody who's been doing it like me, and I'm looking forward to talking with Paul Maselli. Evidently, he spoke on your show.
He did
a number of weeks ago, and kudos to him. I mean, in the music industry right now, I know Steven Tyler, Carlos Santana has this equipment. All the Dancing with the Stars people. Anybody in Hollywood really is seeing this, especially, when you have that lifestyle on the road. I lived on the road for 20 years. Anything you can do to promote your health, you got to do it, because that's what keeps you in the business. And Steven Tyler and others have spoke about how it's kept their vocal cords and their bodies healthy so that they can keep producing at the levels that they still produce after all these years. For me, lots of personal health changes, and I'm just happy to share it and give it with anybody that ever wants to try it. And you're welcome to share my information if you want. And
now, how would I, if I wanted to learn more about this, where would I go?
Well, you could go to my website or one of my websites, or you can give me a call. My website is www.path2water.com. That's PATH, the numeral 2, water.com, path2water.com. And there's an ebook or things you can sign up for. But Or if you want, just give me a ring at 941-720-4422 and arrange, and I'll just share some water with you and your family and let it speak for itself. But thank you for letting me give you a plug.
Hey, that's no problem. Where my engineer here is telling me I've got to wrap up the show. 2 minutes. Well, I have about a 3.5 minute video I'm going to show in my 2 minutes. So is that okay? All right. So let's go on ahead. We're going to finish the show with the rockinest, metal band coming right here out of Tampa. This is going to be Psycho Tribe. Take Control Now. Before he starts it, this is a video. This is something that we're going to start doing, which I discussed earlier on the show. So Psycho Tribe will be the premiere video on Lester's Tour Bus. We'll have more for you next week. Thank you for listening. This is Lester. See you next week.